What was and still is the interest of Western countries that managed to end apartheid in favor of a communist and deadly ANC regime?
Well, I think first of all there was a major strategic mistake on the part of the Western countries in that they had a very loyal ally in the form of our people who, even though we were massacred, or children and women were massacred by the British in 1900, we fought both world wars on the side of the Allies. We fought in Korea on the side of the Allies, and in Angola, before we crossed the border into Angola in the mid-1970s, we were addressed by the CIA telling our young soldiers, our young conscripts, that they were fighting for the free world. And despite all of that, the West in the early 90s betrayed us, and they chose the side of what I would call the really, the anachronistic relics of the Cold War in the form of the ANC and the South African Communist Party. And you saw Britain and America choosing the side of the ANC in a kind of, it was a kind of madness. And it was a major strategic mistake, because today South Africa is one of the most anti-Western countries in the world. And if ever there had to be a conflict between China and the West, or India and the West, South Africa or even the Muslim countries and the West, South Africa will always choose the side of the enemy. So it just does not make sense what the Western countries did in South Africa. It's not in their interest, it's not in our interest, but nonetheless they went ahead and made that choice.
Do you think it was part, and still is maybe, part of a global plan from globalists?
Yes, I think South Africa represents a kind of globalist social experiment. We are as much an experiment as the Soviet Union was, or that Cuba was, or still is, Cuba still being a communist country. And we are being used as guinea pigs to try and see whether one can create such a thing as a multicultural society and integrate people of diverse ethnic backgrounds and very diverse belief systems, and even intellectual capacities. And we've had 15, 16 years of that by now, and it's a patent failure. But somehow these globalist social mad scientists or experimentalists, they are not prepared to acknowledge the failure yet.